Good afternoon. For homework, you read about Death Valley in California. This is a land of extremes. It's the hottest, driest, and lowest place in North America. Let's start by talking about the heat. For 5 months a year, May through September, the average temperature is over 38 degrees Celsius. The world record for the hottest temperature ever, 56.7 degrees, was in Death Valley in July 1913. In the winter months, the temperatures go down. This is important to remember for later in our discussion when we talk about the residents of Death Valley. Yes, Carlos.
Death Valley is such a fascinating place. It's so hot, but we also read that it's very dry. It gets about 5 centimeters of rain per year, but the article also said visitors go there in the spring to see flowers. How's that possible?
Well, it is one of the driest places in the world, but special plants can grow there. The smallest amount of rain produces colorful flowers each spring. Let's talk about another extreme element of Death Valley. It goes from very high to very low. The tallest mountain has a height of over 3,000 meters, but the area also contains the lowest place in the world, 86 meters below sea level. These features were important for the people who lived there. Ashura, do you have a question?
Yes. People lived in Death Valley? How is this possible in these extreme conditions? It doesn't seem like a place that is suitable for humans.
It's hard to believe, but a group of nomads called the Tumpisa lived in Death Valley for over 1,000 years, starting in 900 CE. They didn't have a permanent home, but moved from place to place depending on the time of year. So, in the hot summer months, they moved up in the mountains. They ate berries and nuts and hunted for animals like birds, rabbits, and sheep. In the cooler winter months, they moved down to the low areas. They also had nuts, seeds, and small animals to eat there. The trees were good for protection from other groups that sometimes attacked. The Tumpisa remained there for several months before moving again. The homework didn't explain the meaning of the name of Death Valley. Can you guess why it's called Death Valley? Carlos?
Probably because a lot of people died there. I mean, can you really survive on nuts and rabbits?
Well, the Tumpisa lived there for over 1,000 years, so I think they did survive. It sounds like they discovered how to live in such an extreme environment. So I don't think that's the reason for the name.
You're right, Ashura. The Tumpisa were very successful in Death Valley until something changed. In about 1850, Americans started moving west to find gold. One group got lost in the area and almost died. When they finally found their way out, one of the group members said, "Goodbye, Death Valley."
So the area was too difficult for some, but for the Tumpisa, it was a place of life.
Correct. But as you'll see in tonight's homework, these strangers were a threat to the Tumpisa's way of life.